another alumni with us, Alonza Amring, who has passed out MTech in 2019, or here took the admission in 2018. Right now, she is spoken English and IELTS faculty in in a very reputed organization. So, without wasting much time, I'm requesting to Miss Alonza
Okay,
to
so my topic is moving towards fearless English. So first of all, there are five important steps to improve your English.
hand overing the mic to the Alonza. Please continue, Alonza.
Okay, my topic is moving towards fearless English.
Hello.
So, hello, hello.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, am I audible? Okay, so basically there are five steps to improve your English. The
Alonza.
firstly, it is
Yes.
learning basic grammar. The second one is improving your English speaking skills. Then the third is improving your writing, reading, listening skills, learning to use punctuations correctly, and lastly, there are remembering basic grammar rules to form a proper sentence. So the first one coming towards the basic grammar, the first of all, nouns are very important in a sentence. There are no sentences without a noun. So the nouns that are used very frequently are proper nouns, the nouns which are used to describe something specific. The names of people, companies, or places such as Delhi, Himalaya, Priya, or Ganga. Then we coming towards the common nouns, nouns that are names of a group of similar things such as a book, car, tree, state, or mountain. Collective nouns. Collective noun is a collection of things taken as a whole, such as herd of sheep, pride of lions, or a bundle of pencils. Abstract noun. It refers to intangible things emotions, anger, feelings, concepts, etc. But the tangible things consist of the things that cannot be touched or are not physically present. So the examples are happiness, joy, trust, or anger, emotions of a human being come into these nouns. Material noun. It refers to a material or substance from which things are made, such as a gold, iron, silver, and so on. So, nextly, the other important part of a sentence are articles a, and the, which without a sentence cannot be found or formed. So, a and the are used in front of nouns and adjectives and are an important part of a sentence. The article a is used in front of common nouns and singular form of nouns such as a bus, a book, or a pencil. But if you are talking about a specific bus, book, or a pencil, you can also use the in front of the nouns. The article N is used in front of nouns that start with vowels that are A, E, I, O, and U. The articles the is used when we are talking about something specific and proper nouns such as the Taj Mahal or the Himalayas. Note, the use of A and N is also decided by the consonant sound of a noun, such as a uniform. Here we can see the noun starts with U, but we use a instead of N because the consonant sound of a noun is tomorrow. He will not have gone by tomorrow will be the negative form of a sentence, and will he not have gone by tomorrow will be the interrogative negative form of sentence. So future perfect continuous tense. He will have been going tomorrow. We again added the perfect and the continuous tense together. So the negative form of the sentence will be he will not have been going tomorrow. And the third sentence will be interrogative negative. Will he not have been going tomorrow? And coming towards the other point of the uh, our discussion, improving your English speaking skills. Speak a little bit of English every day. That means you have to talk to yourself in English. You can also stand in front of a mirror and talk to yourself in English. You can talk with your family members. That will improve your English speaking skills a lot. Work on your pronunciations. Pronunciation for any language is very important. So pronunciation you can improve by listening to any song or any seminar or whatever you are interested in. You have to expand your vocabulary. You can expand by learning a few words each and every day. That will help you to expand your vocabulary, and it will be eventually helpful to you in your future. Learn idiomatic phrases. Like idiomatic phrases are the phrases that we use in our day to day life, that we call in Hindi, we call it muhavre. We use it as a idiomatic phrases in English as well, such as down to earth, a piece of cake, killing two birds with one stone, etc. Improving your writing, reading, and listening skills. Listen to English songs or podcasts. Watch English series, movies, TV shows. Read English books, newspaper or magazines. Keep a diary or a journal and write your thoughts in English. Keep a notebook to write new words and their meanings to improve vocabulary. And trust your instincts. Trusting your instincts means when you speak a sentence in English and you know, and you come to know that it doesn't sound right, then it is probably 90% of a chances there are that you have not spoken it right. So that means to trust your instincts. Okay, learn to use punctuations correctly. These are a few punctuations. I have not covered all of them. These are the most important punctuations which are used very commonly. The first is a full stop is used after a sentence ends, or even when you use a short form. She's a girl from Europe. We end the sentence with a full stop, and we also use the this punctuation mark to write short forms such as MP or MLA. Okay, so now comma. Comma is used to separate in independent clauses. I like, for example, I like colors including red, blue, green, and yellow. Exclamation mark is used to express a strong emotion such as anger, shock, surprise, or joy. Uh, so here is an example. Oh, well done. We use this exclamation mark to express our emotions. The question mark is used to ask questions. What is your name is an example of question marks. The apostrophe is used to show relation, like Ria's brother, or to show belongings, Ria's book, and to indicate plurals of numbers. When you have to indicate plurals of any number, like here is an example, 1970s, you use apostrophe and then you end it with a s. So here are the basic grammar rules and tips to form a correct sentence. Use only one past form of a verb in a sentence. So the first one is I didn't knew. It's a wrong form of sentence. We always say I didn't know. Didn't is already a past form of sentence, and you don't have to convert no into new again. Never use a double negative in a sentence. Double negative is using two negative form of a verb in one sentence. That won't be grammatically correct. So he is not going nowhere. So this is not grammatically correct sentence. We say he is not going anywhere. So here only we use not as one singular negative form of sentence. Remember the difference between plural and possessive. Plural means to use a plural form of a noun, and possessive means to show possession, such as books cover. So pay attention to singular and plural. So this is a book is a singular form of sentence, and for plural use these. These are books. So this changes to these, is changes to are, and we do not use a for a plural uh, for a plural verb of sentence. Understand the difference between these and these, that and those, and then and then. These and these are used for singular and plural. That and those are also used singular and plural respectively. And then the THANE then is used to compare two things, and THEN is used with when you're talking about something with respect to time. Work on tenses. Use proper punctuation marks. Capitalize the names, personal pronouns, that is I, the first letter after a full stop, and while using a short form MLA. Learn prefixes and suffixes. Prefixes are the a small part of a word that are used in front of a adjective or a noun, this and un. We use this in front of honest to make it dishonest or unwanted. And suffixes are the part of a word that are used at the end of a verb, li, meant, or full. Like we use full for beauty, and we call it as beautiful. So use dictation method. Dictation method is a method when someone is dictating you, someone is watching, someone is reading some a piece of article or something, and you are writing it. That will improve your listening skills, as well as you can see how many spellings or you have wrong. So try to learn synonyms and antonyms. The synonyms are the words that have the same meaning, and antonyms are the words that have opposite meanings. Like antonyms are honest and dishonest are the opposite of each other. So that's the end of my presentation here.
Yes, very good. And thank you, Ms. Alonza, for giving us your time and for valuable words. Your PowerPoint presentation is really very good, and it is inspiring to our students move towards to a fearless English. So once again, I'm thanking you. I want to just thank you, and I hope our students have liked your presentation and like your speech. Thank you. Thank you very much, Alonza.
Thank you so much.
You can leave, Alonza.
Yeah.
Jiten sir, hello. Hello, Jiten sir.
कॉल करेंगे बंद कर दें